Now, this circular formation over here represents you. Okay? This is your world system as unified consciousness field allocation point. Alright? This network over here, as these branches I have drawn here, indicate and represent your personal unified field. Okay? Which consist of and exist as relationship connections as human beings that you have now drawn to you from their allocation point within the unified field, from their allocation point within their personal unified field, taken them from that and now manifested and placed them into and as specific particular allocation points within your personal unified consciousness field. Alright? Because this personal unified field now exists as a living manifestation as you that was formed, developed, designed, and manifested as you through and as the attraction system. That you have now literally become the living manifestation of and as a unified field, with and as all and everything and everyone that is involved. You're now a living system, a unified field that's now walking. Within that, within walking this, you will now eventually develop and manifest and design your want, need, and desire as being a director of and as a total empire, making lots and lots and lots of money. Alright? Now you have your total law of attraction principle that's now manifested and realized itself as you within this reality, and that is how it's done. Structurally, systematically, within and through the mind consciousness system, within and as this reality, this existence. Alright. Here, I've drawn you an illustration, example of what happens to individual human beings that you have now taken from their particular specific allocation points within their unified consciousness field point, within their personal unified field point, and drawn them to you and locked them into your personal unified field. Alright? So, what happens is, here is a being that's now here in their allocation point within the unified consciousness field, here within their allocation point within their personal unified field. Alright? And you have now taken them out and now placed them at an allocation point within your personal unified field. Alright? So they're now completely taken from and moved away from the allocation point where they were in the greater unified field and in their own personal unified field. Okay? Now what happens is, all the beings that were involved or interconnected and connected to that being that you took from their allocation point must now go out and search for other connection points, because their base support is now not there anymore. The one person that stood for and as other beings' support structure within the greater unified consciousness field is now gone, is now not there anymore. So they now need to go out and seek other relationship connections, other people's personal unified fields, other unified field allocation points within the greater unified field, to again be able to lock into the world system successfully, efficiently, to be able to continue to survive and exist in this reality, in this world. Okay? So this human being that you've now taken away from their allocation point within the greater unified field, within their personal unified field, their total unified field, personal unified field network collapse. Okay? So it all collapsed. And now these people that were interconnected with that one human being has to now go and search for other connections, other lock-in points within the unified consciousness field or other people's personal unified field to be able to continue to survive or exist in this reality. And that is an example of the consequence of and as the attraction system that manifests within and as this world, this existence. Because let's say, for example, that one human being that you've now taken from their allocation point within this reality, within this existence, within the unified field, that human being had a small business, alright? There were human beings' lives dependent on that person's business and working there for them. Now that person has shut down the business completely, let go of all the people that's worked for him or her, and has now joined you within your personal unified field, and is now locked and interconnected with you, and is now walking with you and to build your total empire of becoming a director and making lots and lots of money. The people that person had to let go of now has to go out and have a look for other allocation points within the unified field. For example, finding other work to be able to survive and exist in this world. So they now go out and look for other people's personal unified fields that have other small businesses, or they go to the unified field as the greater world system and work for building roads, cleaning toilets, bathrooms, whatever they can possibly do to be able to ensure that they continue surviving in this world. That's just a small, simple example of a domino effect that happens within and as the attraction system that human beings manifest themselves as. Alright? There is a consequence, there is an outflow. And many of those people that are now looking for connections to be able to lock into the unified consciousness field as the world system, because they need to be locked into the world system as in actually doing a work, a job, a function to be able to continue and exist in this world, finding it more and more difficult to get that done and end up living on the street. Alright? So their total unified field collapsed. They have no support. They're completely locked out of the world system as the unified field. They do not have that allocation point anymore within the unified field. They do not have that allocation point within another human being's personal unified field, and are thus locked out of the world system, because the world system is the unified consciousness field. If you're not locked into an allocation point in actually doing a job or a work, or standing by yourself, in actually standing as a business or empire or corporation, you can't exist in this world, you can't survive in this world. Okay. So for you to have created, manifested and designed your personal unified field, for your realization to become the realized director of an empire to make lots and lots of money, has caused the collapse of other unified consciousness fields or personal unified fields. Alright? Because for you to build your personal unified field, other unified fields had to collapse. Alright? That's the balancing factor that exists within the unified consciousness field. The unified consciousness field exists within the law of balance.